Well, good morning. Henry and I just moved the sheep. They were down along that fence line right there, and they ate it pretty good. But as you may notice, we have quite a few more sheep out here now. We went up and bought 60 from George, and then I got a couple more from someone else, and I got a couple more back filling in. And I believe, if my count is right, we should be sitting around 150 ewes now, including ewe lambs. So that's a nice place to be. And we decided to up our ram count too. We're sitting at 8 rams. I think that's a nice ratio. Keep a nice tight breeding, but sheep are never happier, it seems like, than when you put them on a hill like this. You know, they just love being able to see a good long way. So we're pretty excited because, you know, if you count singles for ewe lambs, we should be in the 200 to 300 lamb range next year. So we're really starting to build a little momentum. Kind of my goal is to get to a steady rate of 1, 2, and 3-year-olds over time, and start selling bred ewes in the early spring. That'll lamb in May, and then backfilling the 3-year-old bred ewes that I sell, which are, you know, 3-year-old bred ewes. It's like prime in my opinion. You know, they've had a couple of lambs. You know, they know what they're doing. They haven't been cold for bad mothers or what have you. And here, we'll go up there. There's a good stretch of woods in here, and they love this paddock because they can sit in the woods. Hang on. Anyway, the sheep I got from a couple other guys now have been absolutely blending in and doing a great job. There, now we can see them a little bit better. But we have some just really heavy lambs this year, which I'm very, very happy about. We have some lighter ewe lambs in there that I bought, but I'm convinced that if we put them on this forage until the end of the growing season, they should come right ahead. I mean, you can see we got every sort of thing you could ask for in here, and that's a good thing. Like, look at that. There, let's see if I can zoom in. That's a wether right there. Look at the size of him compared to the ewes. That brown guy, what a beast. He should be, you know, he should be in that 70 to 90 pound range in no time flat. Or that brown one's even better. Yeah. Can I see him? Yeah, right there. I had quite a few of these brown ones that have really turned out well, but I castrated them because I'm no longer going to use colored rams. I'm going to slowly push this flock towards white. You know, here, I'll give you an idea of the land that they're on. This is the only bit of shade in a paddock. Everything else is wide open. So we want animals that can handle the heat better. But very excited. The cattle are across the highway. You probably can't see them in that huge... The grass has really gotten ahead of me. I actually just went this morning and bought 6 more Red Angus feeders. As soon as they were not weaned, so they're sitting in the corral crying right now. As soon as they're over that, they're going to go in just to help keep my grass down. Which is, like, I know it sounds like I'm complaining. I'm not, but I'm very grateful for how this year went. But there's the old dog. She's getting retired this year. I think so. We'll see. She was a little thin this year. She's looking better, though. Yeah. I just don't want her to get so thin she can't handle the weather out here. I got another dog coming up anyway. So, Henry's down there. He's putting up the rest of the back fence, and then we're going to take up the dividing fence here. And we're giving them about, I'd say, 5 acres of grass right now, and which is plenty for 100, or there's like, I don't know, there's like 200 sheep out here with the wethers. You can see they're just, if your animal can't gain on what we have growing here, I don't know what to say. It's just amazing abundance that we've had planting this land on Doug's farm into grass instead of corn and beans. Let's see what else. So we got the new cattle that we're going to be weaning. That's going to be a pain. And then other than that, I just have an epic ton of ash trees that have died this year, and I've just been cutting and splitting wood like it's going out of style. It's very disappointing that this ash borer has taken a whole species of tree out of our area. I don't know if it shows up on the video, but there's dead trees along that tree line across the road. I can see still maybe 15 of them, which is a shame. But that's the update for the sheep. We're kind of off to the races. I'm out of rams to sell. I have one more on reserve for a friend. Other than that, I'm out. We're not selling ewes until we get the size, and my expectation is all this land, we should be able to hold, I think, at least 400 ewes and their lambs. If we, sell a third in the spring, replace them with ewe lambs, and then sell remaining ewe lambs in the, right about now, September, and then sell wethers in January. And that should be a good tempo for us. And I don't know if it's going to work, but it makes sense in my head. So we're going to try it and see how it goes.